Hey, this is Jen, and I'm doing another Women's World Cup video for you today on the stadiums and the cities that are co-hosting the tournament in Australia and New Zealand. And, getting more and more excited as the days go by. It'll be starting July 20th, so it's coming right up. I really wish I was there. I just love Australia and New Zealand. Just beautiful, beautiful places with beautiful people. And I really wish the host teams all the best and hope they make it out of the group stage at least. That'd be awesome. So today I'm just going to really briefly go over the cities and the stadiums, and that's it, just showing them off. So just going over each of the cities and the stadiums, just show a quick picture of each stadium, just give a few quick facts, and then we'll be done. All right, here we go. Okay, here we have it. The two countries, Australia and New Zealand. Australia has 5 cities: Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane, hosting their games. There's 2 stadiums in Sydney. And New Zealand has 4 cities with 4 stadiums, one in each city: Dunedin, Wellington, Hamilton, and Auckland. Something you will notice is that in Australia and New Zealand, some cities, stadiums, and other landmarks have dual namings. So they'll have one more European name and one name of local indigenous peoples. Australia has over 250 Aboriginal tribes, and some of the names of some of their cities and landmarks come from some of those tribes. In New Zealand, it's primarily the Maori people, so some of the names in New Zealand come from the Maori language. The first stadium is Hindmarsh Stadium in Adelaide. It can hold about 13,000 plus, and it was built around 1960. It's holding 5 of the games, 4 group games from groups F, D, and H, and 1 round of 16 game. The second is Perth Rectangular Stadium. That looks absolutely beautiful. It can also hold almost 14,000 people. It was built in 1910. It's also hosting 5 games and 5 group games from groups D, B, F, and H. Then we have the Melbourne Rectangular Stadium. That looks super cool. It can hold almost 25,000 people. It was built in 2010. And it's hosting 6 games, 4 group games from groups B, H, and F, and then 2 of the round of 16. This is the Brisbane Stadium. It can hold almost 47,000 people. It was built in 1914. It's hosting 8 matches, 5 group stage from groups D, B, F, and H. 1 round of 16, 1 quarterfinal, and the 3rd place match. The Sydney Football Stadium can hold almost 39,000 people. It was built in 2022 with some renovations. It's holding 6 games, 5 group games from groups F, H, and D, and 1 round of 16 game. Finally, Stadium Australia can hold around 69,000 people. It was built in 1999, and it's hosting 5 very important games: Australia's opener, a round of 16 game, a quarterfinal, a semifinal, and the final game. And on to New Zealand stadiums. The Waikato Stadium can hold around 16,000 people. It was built in 2002. It's in the town of Hamilton. It's hosting 5 group stage games, and all of New Zealand is working with groups C, A, E, and G. The Dunedin Stadium, also called the Forsyth Bar Stadium, is the only fully covered stadium. It can hold about 24,000 people and was built in 2011. It's holding 6 group stage games. The Wellington Regional Stadium is in Wellington, the capital of New Zealand. This stadium can hold 31,000 people and was built in 2000. It's hosting 9 games, 7 group games, 1 round of 16, and 1 quarterfinal. Eden Park in Auckland is the largest stadium in the country. It's able to hold about 40,000 people, and it was built in the 1900s. It's hosting 9 games, the opening ceremonies, and New Zealand's home opener. Also, 6 group stage games, a round of 16, a quarterfinal, and a semifinal match. The U.S. will start out in New Zealand on their journey to the final, hopefully, and they will play in Eden Park and Wellington. Yeah, and I'm super excited that the U.S. games are in New Zealand. I did spend about a year in Australia at the University of Wollongong. I was a study abroad student in college, and Australia was awesome. It was the best time of my life, and I did play soccer there on the school team there. On our way home from Australia, we did stop in New Zealand for about, I think it was 5 days. We flew into Auckland, but then we took a little plane to Coromandel